Welcome back. It's your feel-good breakfast show, Espresso, SABC3. It is a Tuesday. We're making our way through the week, and hopefully you're enjoying spending the mornings with us.
Oh, man, well, it's not very difficult when you look at this kind of backdrop. And we know that's what attracts a lot of the riders in the Cape Epic, which, of course, had the whole country gripped. Not only the opportunity for the best riders in the world to test their mettle, and this really is seen as the ultimate ultra, but it's also a chance for normal mortals to show their hearts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bucket list item for me to one day do the Cape Epic. But wow, you know, I'm inspired when I see someone like David Higgs doing the Epic, and you're like, I need to try this out. He's given up the luxuries of all that he knows in his world to do this for a good cause, man. Really, really amazing and inspirational stuff.
Yep. Before we meet the man himself, let's take a look at his odyssey.
8 incredibly tough days of competition came to an end at the Lawrenceford Wine Estate near Somerset West on Sunday. Amongst the teams that competed for the Cape Epic were Eat Out Chef of the Year David Higgs and Woolworths brand manager Reinette Geldenhuis.
It's very difficult to describe. You know, it's been a week of all sorts of emotions. One day good, one day bad. One day weather good, one day weather bad. And I think that's what makes the Epic so difficult, is you don't quite know what to expect. The route is the route, you can do nothing about that. But the weather conditions play such a big part of it, and the way you feel in the morning and everything else. But things like jelly babies sort of get you through it, you know?
Woolworths is the food sponsor of the Cape Epic, and last year riders consumed impressive truckloads of food that included 1,800 snack bars, 15,100 sandwiches, 30,200 slices of bread, and nearly 12,700 bananas.
I've done the Cape Epic before, but I've done it on my own, and this made it so much more pleasurable to be with a guy like David. It was amazing. I mean, where he came from, he started cycling about 8 months ago, lost 17k, so you can trust the thin chef. He's been amazing, and it's been an incredible journey, you know, mentally and physically. It wasn't as tough as it was for me in 2012, but I do think it's because I've had a partner that's cared for me constantly. He fed me as well en route, which is amazing.
Reinette trained up to 25 hours a week while juggling her corporate career. As an avid cyclist, she had the edge on David. He hasn't been on a bike for near a decade and then started with 18-hour-a-week training stints in August last year. SA's much-loved chef lost 8 kilos in 3 months.
It was quite difficult with, I think, both our programs. We had a couple of challenges because work took quite a bit out of us. So we worked at about an average between 12 and 14 hours a week. So, yeah, but we sometimes struggle to keep up with that, but it's doable.
The super duo raised awareness for the Woolworths Trust. The Trust supports programs that improve food security, reduce child vulnerability, and uplift education.
My advice is to enter as soon as possible. It's an event that you must do. If you're South African, this is an incredible event for South Africa. I think you've got to be part of it to experience it. And my advice to you is start training immediately, get yourself a proper coach. And the event is incredible if you're fit. And I think we've both been fit, and we haven't suffered and you know, been broken by the end of the day. We've enjoyed the event and we've met Spanish, Portuguese, Swiss, French, German, all along the road, and everybody's swapping food, swapping body parts, swapping bike parts. It really is. It's an incredible event for South Africa, and you know, if you're anywhere in the world, it doesn't really matter where you are. You need to do the Cape Epic, you know, at least once.
Congratulations to the chef that can do it all and the brand manager who can keep up with him. Be gentle if you come across them. Those legs are sure to be stiff for many days following this monumental achievement.
I have to say congratulations and well done to every rider in what must be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see Cape Town, yes, but to discover the depths of the human spirit. David Higgs, sir, congratulations. Looking like half the man you were before the start of the Absa Cape Epic, and Reinette Geldenhuis representing a brand that she is so proud of. But you guys should be so proud of yourselves. What an odyssey. Reinette, obviously backing Woolworths here, you had an underpinning message to put out there, but this must have been one of the challenges of a lifetime and one you've done before.
Indeed it was, I must say. It was, I'm very fortunate as a brand manager from Woolworths to actually work on the Absa Cape Epic as one of my projects. So we've been involved now for 5 years, and for this particular one, I decided to do something different. And because my world currently is all about food and cycling, and I thought, why not get the best chef in South Africa to join me on this journey? So yeah, it was over a couple of glasses of wine that we've decided to do that.
So she
don't
bamboozled
do
you.
that. yeah, so be very careful what you agree to over a couple of glasses of wine. But it's actually twofold. You know, the one was to bring the food in the cycle world slightly closer. And see that the chef's actually got a different endurance. But yes, then there's a second angle that the two of us decided to, you know, how can we give back, which David can elaborate a bit more on.
Yeah, David, because that's got to motivate you. You can't just do it for yourself, not something like this. What was your motivation to actually say yes over that glass of wine?
Look, I think the Epic gives a huge platform to do a lot of good. And if you look at the website, and you see how much money is raised every year by individuals and what inspires people to give money and donate money, it's just quite incredible. What it's done for us is we've basically put together our own MPO called Food Cycle, and there's a huge, obviously, drive to get the rural areas mobile. Yeah. So bicycles being donated to farms. School kids, they need to walk 5 kilometers to work. So you know, so there's all of that. But the thing that's lacking is the nutrition. So these kids are getting onto bicycles or they're walking to school, and you can't learn on an empty stomach, you know. So the challenge is to be able to give those, to get those kids a product that can give them a little bit of a head start in the day, even if it's just 2 or 3 hours to help them concentrate for a little bit, to get them to school in one sort of piece. And we went through the whole process of trying to, should we plant gardens, should we try and, but then there's the weather, there's vandalism, there's theft, there's all those sort of things. So we basically creating a bar, a breakfast bar, essentially, to get to the kids. And that's what Food Cycle's drive is for the next couple of months. And then we'll see how we grow from there. But it's educating about nutrition, and secondary will obviously be feeding. But the kids need to understand why they need to eat properly. Yeah.
And it's also about putting your money where your mouth is and actually proving to be that example yourselves. What was the toughest part? I have to ask, please show us your sleeves there. I've got to see if there's a tan on.
It's proper.
Were there any points where you were like, okay, no, this is it? You know, did you encounter those demons?
Yeah, I think we could have had a lot more solid line on this side if the weather was playing along, but that's the Epic, you know, you would never, they're not going to postpone the Epic just because it's raining, for sure not. I did on I think it was on the Wednesday, which was the longest, it was the longest one, 134 kilometers. There was some big climbs and stuff, but and then there's wind all the, you know, in your face the whole time, and you just have to carry on. You know, it's that 8 months preparation before the time that pulls you through, because you're not going to give up. You did not get up every morning at 5 o'clock, or, you know, do your 2-3 hours and 5-6 hours over the weekends. So that's what's getting you through. So yes, the weather does play definitely an hour to play a role. Yeah. So
I have to ask finally, very briefly, who was the motivator? Who was the one that was like, come on?
This is a woman.
Oh, well done,
he
sir.
was ahead of me all the time, so I was just like, you know, trying to catch up with him.
A higher pain threshold. You know? No, guys, thank you so much for setting such an awesome example and for what you're doing in terms of what's underpinning your message. I look forward to seeing you out there next year again. Now, you have to do it a second time, Rich.
Well, you're going to have to join us next year.
I'm there, as long as I get my breakfast bar. Now, guys, thank you so much, and all the best of luck for your preparation for next year. Give yourself a week off, at least.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of time. Awesome there to have David and Reinette joining us, fresh off what has been an odyssey of note in the Cape Epic. Hopefully that's inspired you. Well, we're about to enter the last stanza of the show. Leigh-anne's got the latest in our Express News.
Oh, you can make